on your wall just to keep me out. Kill me unannounced, drag my nails on the tile. I just follow your sin, you can't just follow my smile. All of your flaws are aligned with this mood of mine. Cutting me to the bone, nothing left to leave behind. You ought to keep it concealed, just like I was a weapon. I didn't come for a fight, but I will fight till the end. And this one might be a battle, might not turn out okay. You know you look so Seattle, but you feel so LA. Hey, hey, it's irresistible. I'm gonna get you to burst, just like you were a bubble. Frame me up on your wall, just to keep me out of trouble. Like a moth getting trapped in the light by fixation. Truly free love, baby, I'm talking no inflation. Too many war wounds and not enough wars. Too few rounds in the ring and not enough settled scores. Too many sharks, not enough blood in the waves. You know I give my love a four-letter name. It's irresistible.
Microphone down. There we go. And we'll turn that down. Alright, alright. Alright, hold on. I gotta get one more image. And then I can explain it properly. I'm explaining OC lore today, boys. I'm explaining my very unnormal lore today. Hold on. Where is she? Can't use that one, can't use that one, can't use that one. Hold on. Why don't I just... Hold on. It's fine. We got this. Where is she? Alright. I'm explaining the lore about these two today. Because technically, they know each other. Alright. Happy birthday, Art! Please go celebrate your birthday. That sounds like fun. Please have fun instead of watching my stream. Please, why is Uma Thurman playing? Please have fun instead of watching my stream. Have fun. Happy birthday. You're a big guy. Alright, so okay. So if you weren't aware, this character... Wait. Oh, fine. I will add Jeremy. Where is he? There. See? There you go. Alright, anyway. I do not want to, so I shall not. This is far more fun. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so this, I just realized that you can't see my cursor. Hold on, I need to add more text. This is going to be chaos. Wait, hold on. I clicked the wrong one. Alright. I'm putting their names so that you guys know who they are. Hold on. Jeremy is the new TBH creature. Fair enough. Alright, there we go. Alright. So, ignore my misspelling of trauma. I'm very tired. Okay. We're gonna play Minecraft eventually, I swear. I just wanted to explain how Irresistible by Fall Out Boy fits them perfectly. First, because I'm going a little bit insane. I'm pulling up the lyrics. Hold on. There we go. I have an idea. We're going to play bits of the audio, and then I'll explain why it fits them. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to explain the relationship first. I'm sorry. I'm so all over the place. Okay, so Eddie and Trom used to be in a relationship. Okay? That's all you need to know. Wait, what are you talking about? Who wants to know how I ruined my week with a clay snake? No! His head broke off? That's so upsetting. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's so sad. I would be so upset. I have a little clay ghost I made, but I don't know where they are. They were really cute. They had a little top hat. Okay, anyway, back to being not normal about these two. So, they used to be in a relationship, and the relationship was really toxic, okay? So, keep that in mind. I'm playing lyrics, and then I'm going to explain. So that bit. It's okay. I'm sorry. It's going to be a lot of noises of me just going because that's how I'm expressing myself right now, and I've had so much caffeine today. There has got to be at least 200 milligrams of caffeine in my system right now. So that's where we're at. But anyway. So, are we talking about Fall Out Boy or OCs? Both. Little Mango Maid, why are you here again? I'm using a Fall Out Boy song to explain my OC / persona / vent character lore, okay? Eddie is one of my personas, and Trom is a vent character, but they technically have lore. So we won't. I can fix him. I can make him worse. Is that about the snake, or is that about my OCs? Because both apply. Guys, I'm trying to explain very serious OC lore / J. Oh god. Whatever. So anyway, I completely forgot where I left off because I got blindsided by YouTuber I like in my chat. Okay, hold on. That lyric starts to explain their relationship, okay? Not the grass. No. I'm trying. Let me be cringe on main without grass cult. Let me be cringe on main without the grass cult. I can't be cringe without the grass cult. Oh god. Why are you tormenting me? Why are you tormenting me? Alright, fine. I'm taking this as a sign that you guys don't want to hear about it and we're playing Minecraft. But, since I've already demonetized the stream, we're just going to play Minecraft with Fall Out Boy in the background. Yeah. Oh god. Trom is Satan? No. I mean, she is, but we do it because we love you. Sure. Okay, don't be parasocial. Don't be parasocial now. You want to hear? You are the consequences of your actions. The consequences of your actions. Now I kind of want to actually play Minecraft just to be annoying. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's okay. I'm not mad at you guys. I'm not mad at you guys. I just wanted to show you what happens when you go back on about the grass cult in my chat. Give us a sermon? This is not a sermon. This is me being cringe. I'm bringing back cringe culture. Cringe culture is not dead and it starts with me. Alright, so anyway. Alright, hold on. I'm rewinding the lyrics to... Okay. Okay. That first bit. Crow Pastor. Okay. Listen, you can't do this to me. Okay. So, that first bit, I feel like, is a really good... Craster? That's getting pinned. That first bit is a really good, like, introduction into what their relationship was like, especially the lyric that goes, all your flaws are aligned with this mood of mine. Oh, and by the way, I imagine the song from Eddie's point of view, by the way. This is so all over the place. I knocked my microphone out of the way. That should be a little better. How old is this water? How long has this water been on my desk? I'm drinking it anyway. There's something sticky on the glass. That's scary. Anyway. So, okay. I can't. I started the stream impulsively and now I can't gather my thoughts. You might as well go back to the grass cult. Anyway, so a lot of their relationship was based on things that I can't explain, but it was, and I think Eddie was attracted to a lot of the flaws that, it's the holy water, but I choked on it. Are you implying that I can't ingest holy water? So I think a lot of the flaws that Trom had were something that, it's not like Eddie was attracted to them, but he was, drink a bottle of harm. I'm about to close chat because I can't focus with you people, / lighthearted. Because I know you guys have anxiety and then you'll just stop talking. But it's not like, okay, but anyway, it's not like he was attracted to her flaws, right? He was attracted to the idea of fixing them, and that turned into attraction to the flaws. Does that make sense? Bro really drank a potion of harmony. Does that make sense? At first, bless us with the holy water, Craster, while you preach about us to the sacred lore. Okay, that's the most interesting chat message I've ever seen. But anyway, he wanted to fix a lot of Trom's problems because he's a people pleaser with trauma, and he, hi Dapper Duck, and he wanted to fix them. But it eventually turned into being attracted to the flaws and sort of like subsequently embracing them. If that makes sense? Because he tried so hard to fix them and then he couldn't, that it just turned into giving up, but still wanting to stay with this person because he was extremely attached to them. Does that make sense so far? Am I making sense? You're pogging right now, for real? Literally, I wanted to make them better, but now I want to make them worse. Yeah, basically. That's pretty much exactly what happened on both ends. Okay. We're gonna play more lyrics and then I'll be. Keep me concealed, just like I was a weapon. I didn't come for a fight. But I turned out okay. You know you look so Seattle, but you feel so LA. Okay, I can't go into detail about why the Seattle lyric makes me insane, so I won't. But I can go into detail about the other lyrics, and I will. So, oh, wrong button. I hit the wrong button. Anyway, so the you ought to keep me concealed just like I was a weapon. I didn't come for a fight, but I will fight to the end. That bit makes me want to choke something. So you ought to keep me concealed just like I was a weapon. I think Trom kept their relationship a secret, right? And I think, and by the time that, hello Booty Shaker 9000, that jump scared me so bad. And by the time that Aiden got out of the relationship, he realized it was because Trom saw him as a danger to her reputation. So, are we making sense? This should make sense. But they kept it a secret under the guise of explaining OC's lore through song lyrics is like explaining the lore through hymns in the Bible. Yeah. Okay, anyway. So, it was essentially Trom was keeping their relationship a secret from certain, like, places because she was afraid of what would happen if it got out that they were in a relationship, right? So, once Eddie got out of the relationship, he realized that she wasn't keeping it a secret just because she wanted to have a nice private relationship, like, you know, she said, but she was keeping it a secret because she felt that it was dangerous to her own reputation and, like, people, because, you know, their relationship wasn't exactly right. Basically they shouldn't have been together in the first place. But that's other lore stuff that I can't talk about yet. Don't let my Christian family hear you comparing OC to the lore. That is so funny. Alright. Does that make sense so far? It should make sense. I hope it makes sense. That is so funny. Okay, we're going back to lyrics. Okay, obviously we're just getting to the chorus, I'm pretty sure. I'm not that musically versed. Sister Ball, oh yeah. Yeah, okay, basically, again, this just goes back to the thing of, Aiden eventually ending up finding himself attracted to her flaws and to the way that she abused him instead of trying to fix it. Because he had tried so long to fix it that, you know, and he obviously got nowhere, but he felt like he was stuck in this relationship. So, sorry. Anyway. Anyway, where was I? I zoned out to read something. Alright, basically, I can't listen to the song without... There's an Undertale parody of Irresistible by Fall Out Boy. That's awful. We're listening to it next. Wow, what a not toxic relationship sarcasm. Yeah, okay. Again, the chorus just goes back to the fact that he ended up, like, actively seeking out her flaws and wanting more of that because his brain had become so accustomed to the you know, the traumatic situation that he was in that he actively ended up seeking it out. Does that make sense? / I'm definitely not hyperfixated on psychology, and this comes from a lot of Me knowing about psychology and how trauma works. Hold on, I'm skipping past the chorus, unfortunately. Get you to burst, just like you were a bubble. Frame me up on your walls, and to keep me out of trouble. Like a moth getting trapped in the light by fixation. Truly free love it, baby. I'm taking no inflation. Okay, okay. Alright. How and why is there an Undertale parody? Exactly what I would like to know. Okay, I'm gonna get you to burst just like you were a bubble. So once Eddie gets out of the relationship, he becomes very vengeful and angry, you know, as he rightfully should be. But, you know, maybe don't take your anger out on your abusers and, you know, project it onto something healthy. But he didn't know how to do that. I'm a foot lettuce enjoyer? No, I'm not. But he essentially, he found himself feeling a lot of, like, violent anger towards Trom once he got out of the relationship, and I really, really like the, I'm gonna get you to burst just like you were a bubble lyric, because it feels so, like, not aggressive, but you know what I'm going for, right? He wants her to, like, spill all the secrets about the relationship and why it was so bad, you know? Psychology seems pretty interesting to me. The human brain and its functions are honestly fascinating because can cause stupid things to happen in the world, and I'm just like, how? Yeah, exactly. Psychology is really interesting to me, and I'm probably going to at least minor in it in college. Apparently my family is having a debate on speaking in tongues. I won't give my opinions on that. A little feral, if you may. Yeah, exactly. It feels very feral, and it's definitely towards like it's definitely towards the notion of him wanting her to like atone for her actions and stuff. But at that point, they kind of like split up, and there was no way that they were ever going to get back in contact, right? So he couldn't really do anything about it, and he couldn't really like have anything or anyone to take this anger out on, so it was just kind of like a building thing. And this song is sort of like him just being really in his own head about it. It's like how do I put it? He's very okay, imagine this song like him daydreaming about taking revenge on Trom. That's basically what this song is to him. If you hear a weird noise, it's because I'm spinning a rubber ball in a very large... Is this martini glass? What is this? It's like a plastic prop martini glass, but that's what I'm doing. Your Krult with an R? Yeah. Welcome to the Krult. Hi, Agent 7. So yeah, that's that bit. So he can't, even if he wanted to, which he does, he can't take out his anger on Trom or, yeah, internalizing or revenge fantasy, both. He's internalizing all of his anger because he has no outlet for it, and he has a revenge fantasy. It's both. No, definitely be frightened. These people are insane. Let me go back to the song. Boys, get out the lava lamp. We have to do this ritual. What are you talking about? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, all of the other lyrics can definitely apply to the relationship, but I'll go on and do Minecraft now, because I'm just sitting here talking about my OCs incoherently. So, I will definitely go on about the, go on with Minecraft now, but eventually I will flesh out their lore more. But for now, that is what you get. You get OC lore to Fall Out Boy. I could just put Aiden's playlist on in the background, because his playlist is the farthest thing from normal. I hit shuffle, what is going to happen? Not that. Alright, we're listening to Jetpack Blues. Yeah, he needs to learn how to draw as an outlet, so true. Alright. It's Minecraft time, boys. Trying to find my peace of mind behind these two white highway lines when the city goes silent. Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. New translation method lore to Fall Out Boy lyrics, so true. Hello? Why is my Minecraft mirroring my stream? That was really weird. Jetpack Blues makes me, like, personally hurt. It hurts me very deep in my soul. Alright. Once again, I will reiterate that Eddie is my persona, and therefore I am just extremely not normal about any of the songs on his playlist. But that's a conversation for never, actually. I'm pulling up the chat on my phone, 1 second. And just stay with me. Naughty, don't you leave. Don't you remember how we used to split a drink? It never mattered what it was. I think our hands were just that close. The sweetness never lasted, no. She's in a long black coat tonight, waiting for me in the downpour outside. She's singing, baby, come home, in a melody of tears while the rhythm of the rain keeps time. Baby, come home. Baby, come home. I don't know what we're gonna do on stream today. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't have a plan, again. Or do you know, or did you never want to be alone? She was singing, baby, come home. I need... What on earth are you guys talking about? Da 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 da. Let's see. Long black coat tonight, waiting for me in the downpour outside. Do you like the little ram horns on my Minecraft skin? I got the skin off of Skindex and I really like it. Hello, 18 people in my chat. That's a lot. That is a lot more than normal. Hi, I don't know how to entertain you, and now I'm panicking. We're gonna go mining. We are going to go mining. Because I need more iron and more gold. So we're going mining. I gotta put a lot of this stuff away first. 1 second. Why is it on repeat? What's going on? No. Oh, it's because I was listening to Irresistible on repeat. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm very normal. Oh my god, yes. Okay. But be careful making wishes in a dark, dark room. We needed the mark and the signs in the meantime. I'm just dreaming of tearing you apart. And the deep, deep you can never get me on my level. Alright, anyway. Please do Heartbreak after this one. The song? Hold on. You mean Heartbreak Feels So Good? The new one? Absolutely, I'll play it now. If you think I won't play Heartbreak Feels So Good now, you're mistaken. I love that song. Genuinely, I am so excited for this new album. Like, so excited. Both of the songs so far have made me so incredibly insane. You have no idea. In the sun of tomorrow, and I wish you could see you're the antidote to everything except for me. A constellation of tears on your lashes when everything you love then burn the ashes. And collides my childhood. Na, 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 na. So light 'em up, light 'em up, light 'em up. I'm on fire. I meant to play that song. Why didn't it play? I just now realized that it didn't play. Oh, it's going next. Never mind. I queued it. I didn't play it. Alright, anyway. We're going mining. I need gold and I need iron. We don't mess around. I don't know what that says. JEC. 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 When I grow up, I want to be like an author as a side job because I'm writing fiction sounds fulfilling. Fair enough. Your iPad was too outdated to buy Procreate? Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry, dude. In the dark, dark. Oh, I am sleepy. I started being normal again, and then I just became sleepy. What they tell you, the future's up for grabs and all. What they tell you, is there a word for bad miracle? Trying to figure out where I was the last time. It wasn't up. I am playing with God at this moment. Not playing with God, just playing God in general. Don't stop dancing, don't dance stop. Alright. I saw iron up here, that's why I'm going back up. Break, we could dance the tears away, emancipate ourselves. We'll cry later or cry now, you know it. Heartbreak feels so na 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 na. Where was that iron? Hello? Where was that iron? I swear I saw iron. It's probably down there. I'm not going to search. Hello? Bruh. There we go. Anyway. Hey, can we not? Thanks. Anyway. That is a lot of mobs. I'm a little lost. Sorry. We were in a new area of this cave last time. And now I don't know where it was. I'm going over there, I think. We could dance the tears away, emancipate ourselves. We'll cry later or cry now, you know it. Feels good. Bridge. Get bridged, idiot. That was one of the dumbest things I've ever said, but go off, I guess. Hello, I just heard a creeper. Hi, buddy. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Oh, iron. Right here. That's awesome. Hello? Nah. Phil was right when he said that these caves would be absolute terrors for miners. And not miners as in the age, but miners as in the occupation. Yeah, get drinked on. Get drinked on, idiot. Get drinked on, idiot. Here's a way, emancipate ourselves. We'll cry later or cry now, you know it's heartbreak. I need to be conservative with my food. I just eat it whenever I want, and I need to stop doing that. What's up here? I want to know what's up here. Let's go up here. La, la, la. awesome. Like an oath, and then nothing but death do us part. There we go. What's up here? A hole. Interesting. I'm skipping all of the, like, overly insane songs. It's fine, don't worry about it. Was it the best you ever had? Was it the worst? You never know. Try to tell you what I think and play it off like it's a joke. Alright, let's see where we are. I'm just trying to find new bits of the cave to mine in because I've mined out most of this cave already. Na 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 na. Whoa. Hold on, my mother is texting me. That is more important than this stream. 1 second. Hold on. I have to text my mother back. The sun is fun, the land is dandy. I only talk to dogs because they don't understand me. My teeth are yellow. Hello, world. You like me a little better. They were white like yours. I need to purge my urges. Shame, shame, shame. Is it just me, or is this song just, like, every neurodivergent person on a constant basis? I've been here. Okay, great, wonderful, awesome. Like, that's definitely not a revolutionary thing to say, but it's still, that doesn't make it any less true. Like, I'm sure other people have said that before me, but still. Yeah. Banger song, but also ow my feelings. Oh, I missed iron right there. Do you guys want me to be a psychology nerd for a moment? Because there's been something that's been pissing me off in the neurodivergent community. And it's bothering me and I want to talk about it. Can I talk about it, please? Can I please talk about it? Can I be a psychology nerd? Please. Please. Okay, so someone said yes and I'm immediately taking that and running with it. So basically, I'm going to turn off the music so I can focus. Freddie Dredd, good song, but I can't focus with the music on. So basically, for some reason, a lot of people seem to think that neurodivergent is only ADHD and autism, when that is just extremely just not the case at all. And I don't know where people got this misconception, because you'd think it would be, like, I don't know, obvious, but apparently it's not. So I wanted to clear that up. Neurodivergent, from what I've understood, is any any neurological disorder, because mental illness is different, is any neurological disorder that is inherently disabling. And not to say that mental illnesses aren't disabling or any less disabling than neurological disorders, but they aren't always inherently or permanently disabling. Unfortunately, neurological disorders are inherently disabling, but, you know, if a neurodivergent person chooses not to use the disabled label, that's completely up to them. But things like autism and ADHD are inherently a disability, but those aren't the only neurological disorders that are neurodivergencies. And hold on, if I'm not mistaken, I think all neurological disorders are categorized as neurodivergencies. I'm not fully sure if neurodivergent is a medical term yet. I think it is. Hey, can we chill? But anyway, so it also covers things like bipolar, BPD, things like that, because when you have a neurological disorder, your brain is wired in a way that is both permanent and very different from other people's brains. So you have a way of thinking or way of functioning that is permanently different from other people. Hopefully that made enough sense. I was trying to fight off zombies while doing that. Yes, and like Green Carnation says, yeah, accommodations, neurodivergent people will almost always need accommodations, while people with mental illnesses may not need accommodations. And again, I'm not saying that mental illnesses are any less debilitating or can be any less debilitating than neurodivergencies, but neurodivergencies are typically inherently disabling. Yes, I'm like vaguely sure OCD is a neurological disorder. I think don't take that with a grain of salt, because I may not be right on that one, but I know that bipolar and BPD are. BPD is actually a permanent thing, so that's interesting. There we go. If I'm not mistaken, yes, DID would also be categorized as a neurodivergency. I enjoy psychology. I think it's very interesting. This whole area has just been me fighting for my life. Need to light it up. Hold on. There we go. I don't have the words to properly explain my thoughts, but basically what you said, fair enough. I just like talking about mental health. I think it's very important. That's probably what I'm going to minor in, like I said, when I go to college. I'm majoring in art, though, because, you know, I make good decisions, like majoring in art, because that's definitely a super good decision. Neurodivergent hot take here. Neurotypical people act like intrusive thoughts make you a crazy person. Yeah. They definitely shouldn't. Because obviously the person isn't choosing to have these thoughts, right? I think neurotypical people just act like any neurodivergent people are crazy, and that mostly comes from a place of, like, misunderstanding and lack of empathy because they don't experience it themselves. So it may be harder for them to understand. But that inherently is a symptom of neurodivergency, but I won't get into it. My neurotypical headcanon, if I may, is that a lot of quote-unquote neurotypical people who refuse to have an understanding of neurodivergent people may actually be neurodivergent and not want the change or lack the ability to understand someone else's perspective, which is often a symptom of neurodivergency. So that's just my take, but, you know, go off. How did I get in here? I came in through a hole. Hello, Anson. We're giving neurodivergent hot takes. Because a lot of people in my chat are neurodivergent, including me. I am 99% sure I am neurodivergent. I talk about it with my psychiatrist a lot, and she seems to agree. Not psychiatrist, psychologist. Because there is a difference. Psychiatrist go at the problem with medicine, while psychologists go at the problem with like coping mechanisms. So that's your little fun fact of the day. Where's the hole that I came from? This is the replacing the lack of. Okay, don't take take everything I say with a grain of salt, because I have an awful memory and I sometimes get things wrong, but all of this is alleged. That's not the right word. All of this is from what I understand, so my understanding may not be entirely correct, and oh my god, that's a hole. And you know what, that's okay. I may misunderstand something, and that's okay, but what you need to understand is this is from my understanding and my experience, so, you know, I don't know. Much more interesting than the Russian Revolution of 1917. Yeah, fair enough. Hello, Paris. You just jump scared me. I didn't even know you were in the chat. I also think there's definitely a point that is unhealthy for people to push everything onto, well, I'm neurodivergent, instead of working through it. Yes, exactly. I agree. I think that there are definitely a lot of things that I've had to go through the thing of, okay, I know that I don't like doing this because I am neurodivergent, but I have to do this because, I mean, unfortunately, I have to function in society, much to, you know, my dismay. Like driving. Driving was a really big change for me, and I didn't like that. And, you know, that was a very difficult thing for me to come to terms with. But once I eventually came to terms with it, I really enjoy driving now. And, it's kind of a thing of, you know, having to understand when it's time to put yourself out there and when it's okay to say, no, this is beyond my ability. And, you know, a lot of times that is okay. But there's some times when you have to go, I just need to do this and get it over with, which is unfortunate, but it is the truth, unfortunately, in my opinion. That is my opinion of, you know, how things work. Where is my, I'm stuck. It sucks. There are a lot of things I wish I didn't have to do, but, you know, the way of the world. One of those things is standardized testing. I personally am a huge advocate of getting rid of standardized testing because I think that it's incredibly unfair to neurodivergent people and people who don't learn the same as, you know, the large majority of people. And that standardized testing is inherently ableist, but, you know, that's another conversation. But, that's something I wish I didn't have to do, that I did end up having to do, so. I don't know. I'm a bit split on that one. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people use being neurodivergent individuals as an excuse for being bigoted towards other minorities. Yes, they absolutely do. I've seen a lot of that in the communities that I am in, where they go, oh, I'm neurodivergent, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. And, you know, that makes it okay for me to be, you know, an absolute jerkwad to this other person. When that, you know, that's not the case. You should try and be, you know, as nice as possible to everyone of, you know, every walk of life. And I don't think that using your struggles as an excuse to be a jerk to people is okay. There we go. You're not brave enough. This isn't politics. This isn't politics. Human rights are not politics. I will stand by that for, you know, the rest of my life, actually. Human rights aren't and will never be politics. Unfortunately, they have been made into politics, and that's a different conversation. And that's actually a conversation that we can and should have, that, you know, human rights have been trivialized into politics. But unfortunately, they aren't politics, and that's what a lot of people can't understand. That everyone should have a right to live no matter their background. I know where I come from. Oh, SATs aren't politics either. They're just tests. They are just tests, bestie. Yeah, being neurodivergent doesn't mean you can... Yeah. What Spirit said. I'm lost. Hold on. No, I'm not. I know exactly where I am. We could cry a little, cry a lot. Don't stop dancing, don't stop. So, funny story. I brought up being neurodivergent to my parents for the first time a few years ago, and they've recently become more like adjusted to the fact that I, and by proxy them, are most likely neurodivergent. But when I first brought it up, in specifically stimming, I brought up stimming to my father, and he was like, well, I never see you stim. Well, I never see you stim. I don't understand what stimming is, and I don't think that you stim, and I think that you're just doing it, for attention. Well, little did he understand that I have been singing my entire life, and I constantly sing and hum to myself. Which is a form of stimming in my case. Singing isn't always stimming, but it is in my case. I'm constantly verbally stimming by singing. And, one that I actually did a lot when I was a kid was I would walk with my big toe up. And that's on masking. Yeah, real. I would walk with my big toe up and pretend to be a, velociraptor. And looking back on that, I was like, that is not a normal thing for a child to do. Like, it's a normal thing for a child to do, but not for the length of the time that I did it. Like, I did it for very extended periods of time. And I was like, looking back on this now as an educated 17-year-old, or as educated as I am at the moment, I'm like, this wasn't neurotypical behavior, but okay. Oh, an even funnier story. I was explaining to I do that! I wag my imaginary tail as a happy stim. That's what I do. I have a phantom tail. It's very interesting. I don't know why or how I have it, but I have it. Anyway, I was talking to my psychologist about my, imposter syndrome and my experience with that. And it was really, really funny. Because I go to her and I have a lot of imposter syndrome about the fact that I may be, subconsciously faking neurodivergency for attention. I don't think phantom lens is a very neurotypical thing. Shut up. Shut up. Anyway, that I may be faking neurodivergency for attention, on a subconscious level, right? Which, I don't think that that's even really a thing that you can do, but go off. And then she was like, well, you did write me an entire Google document explaining every single disorder that you feel that you may have, and explaining every single, piece of proof and evidence in an itemized list in order of importance and experiences that you have with it. And I was like, yeah, that's not a very neurotypical thing, and is it? And she was like, no, it's not. My cousin has a PhD in psychology, and I told her about that interaction, and she laughed a lot. She thought it was extremely funny. It's like, I wrote an itemized list about why I might have some disorders, and then had the actual audacity to go, but I don't know. But I don't know. Because that's what it is. It is audacity. It's audacity towards yourself, right? It's like, how dare you have, if you're coming from a thing of, speaking to yourself, how dare you have the audacity to accuse me of not having this when you just did what you just did? It's so funny. I kind of get imposter syndrome. My friends all have severe depression, and I feel like I just pretend I do for attention, but I wouldn't feel so terrible on purpose. Exactly. That's the thing that I don't understand why a lot of people accuse people of faking. 'Cause, they wouldn't feel like this on purpose. They wouldn't cry alone in their room and then not tell anyone about it the next day on purpose. That's just not a thing that people do. Hi, Himbo. Hi. you know, it's just not something that people would or, you know, should do. And if you are doing that for attention, that is mental illness in itself. Here's an itemized list of 20 years of disagreements. Yes. I have so many disagreements with myself on a daily basis. It's not even funny. How dare I try and understand my own brain? I think my hyperfixation on psychology comes from a place of wanting to understand, which is typically where all of my hyperfixations come from. Like, even as far as fandoms go. Like, I get hyperfixated on fandoms because I see other people freaking out about it, and I'm like, well, I have to understand why they like it. And then I understand, and then I get hyperfixated on something. Crow on their Hamilton arc, but neurodivergency. You say that as if Hamilton isn't the most clearly neurodivergent person in history. Or one of the most clearly neurodivergent people in history. Like, dude, did you see how many essays that dude wrote? That is not neurotypical behavior. Also, as if Lin-Manuel Miranda isn't the most neurodivergent person in history. Bro, I forgot to put on gold. I forgot to put on gold. I forgot to put on gold. I need to leave. I need to leave. I need to leave before they kill me. I need to leave. Yeah, fandoms, okay, hot take, I just thought of this. There are so many neurodivergent people in fandoms because having, like, a fandom is an inherently neurodivergent thing. Like, to have a very dedicated following of something very niche is inherently neurodivergent. That is such a divergent coded thing, you know? Not Divergent the movie. I love watching videos of people explaining thing and then watch the thing and then overanalyze it. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know, one of my special interests is art, and one of my special interests is Minecraft, and one of my special interests is, like, nuclear stuff. Which, you know, I've realized a lot that, like, a lot of my special interests end up being, like, morbid in nature, which is interesting. I think I have a morbidity special interest just as a whole. I think I am fixated on morbid things, but from a neurodivergent perspective, not a, like, seeking scary stuff. I went to my therapist about possible redacted and had 1.5 pages of symptoms. It was a small notebook and went through it, and even she agrees. I got it. Brain said no. Yeah, exactly. Let me out. Free me. Free me. Good lord. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I'm pretty sure we went to our therapist about the same thing with an itemized list of why we have it. Is shipping Hamilton characters? I don't think so. I think it toes a very fine line, but I don't think so. Okay, I'm not gonna say I think it's fine to ship Hamilton characters, but, like, I don't know, there's definitely a line, and people definitely cross it on a very frequent basis, but, I mean, it's not as bad as it could be, you know? Like, it could be worse. I don't know. I think that there's a lot of, like, really weird moral, questions that come into play of, should we be shipping these people who, like, own slaves and were, you know, kind of not super great people? You know, and the answer to that is obviously no. But at the same time, there's also the question of, okay, but with the added context that these are characters in a musical who have been dramatized and characterized. And honestly, I think the answer is still no. But, you know, some people may disagree with me on that. And to those people, I say Hatsune Miku Binder. That's cute. That is so cute. Do you want a blue bed as well, or do you want a yellow one? You can have a yellow one. I think it looks cute. Sometimes I feel like I'm not actually hyperfixated on a thing and I just don't know how to enjoy a thing normally. Not knowing how to enjoy a thing normally is also a symptom. Is a symptom of neurodivergency. I'm going, stop fake claiming yourselves. It's okay. The internet has demonized self-diagnosis to a point that is so ridiculous. I really don't think it's that much of a problem, and it's also, the demonization of self-diagnosis is a little, like, classist, in my opinion, because not everyone has the resources to get therapy. I sure didn't for a very long time, and I still don't have the resources to get diagnosed. So, I mean, you know, and hey, I do my research, I put in a lot of effort to understand myself, and I think that I'm making a very good, educated guess on what is going on with my brain, and I think I have a right to do that. And people who tell me I don't can, go fall into a pit of lava and lose their spyglass. So, I have a right to know why I'm not okay. You know? That was a raw line. Me when I say something profound. Me when I say something profound while streaming Minecraft at 240p. That was quite the line to cut. That was quite like the passionate and raw line to come out of me at 9:35 p.m. on a Saturday. Biased? Yeah, maybe. Not to mention, official diagnosis in some cases could make your life harder. True! I seek diagnosis because I think that it would... Stay there. I think that it would be good for me. But not, diagnosis isn't for everyone. And that's okay. Like, there's a lot of people who don't want a diagnosis and are okay and happy living the way that they are, and that is perfectly fine. Like my dad, we talk about the fact a lot that he has a lot of symptoms of autism, right? But he is perfectly fine, not being diagnosed, and that is completely his right. Because he's lived his life, he's, 50-something years old, he's lived his life up until this point without diagnosis and without, feeling the need for a diagnosis, and, that's completely his choice. I think that that is a very valid choice to make. But I think at the same time, people who don't seek diagnosis should not discourage people who do seek diagnosis from getting one. I think that that is definitely a conversation that needs to be had. A lot of times people, what I don't get is a lot of times people diagnose, a lot of times people demonize both self-diagnosis and diagnosis itself. I've definitely come across a lot of people. Yeah, remember to take your meds, guys. I've definitely come across a lot of people who would both say that self-diagnosis and diagnosis are bad. So, I think a lot of this comes from a generation who has preferred to live in ignorance. Yeah, that's where I come from too, where, I feel like if I get diagnosed, I'll know how to fix things. Or not even fix things, but at least help things. Because a lot of the things I experience I know aren't fixable, but I know that they are helpable. And I would like that, validation of this is what you have and you can target it, And not to mention that, if I had a diagnosis at this point, I may have been able to use it to my advantage with, getting into college and some stuff because of my financial situation. Like I said, telling people not to self-diagnose and to stop seeking diagnosis is inherently classist. There are a lot of scholarships that I could have applied for if I had a diagnosis, and I don't. So, that's another interesting take, I think. The ADHD stands for attention deficit hyperactive disorder, which is the most inaccurate thing in the world. People with ADHD have a dopamine deficiency. They're not attention deficit, they're dopamine seeking. It makes me so upset. Yeah, I know that self-diagnosis has helped me a lot. because once I, found something that I thought was like, okay, this is probably what I have, I was able to target that thing and see if it was true. And if the coping mechanisms for that specific thing helped me, then I was like, okay, this is probably what's going on. Not to mention, it is incredibly relieving just to have the confirmation of, hey, this is something off with the makeup of your mind and you're not bad for it. Exactly. There's a lot of people who go their entire lives thinking that they're a bad person or they are not a, valuable member of society because of the things that they experience due to their mental illness or neurological disorder. And that's very sad to me because, they may go through their life thinking that it's something wrong with them when in reality, there's nothing wrong with them. There's just a problem with how our society deals with unlabeled neurodivergent people. People are like, oh, I would never bully someone for being autistic and then bully someone for having symptoms of autism. That's the thing. Like, bullying someone for quote unquote cringe interests. Or bullying someone for stimming, or bullying someone for not having very good social awareness. Like, you wouldn't bully someone for being autistic, but you would bully someone for the symptoms of autism without knowing that it's the symptoms of autism, because that has been ingrained into our society for a very long time. I am very passionate about this subject. People try to say I'm a bad person for my memory issues, but I'm learning to know better. Yeah, exactly. You are not a bad person for forgetting. You are not a bad person for feeling sad, and you are not a bad person for any of the symptoms of your mental illness. What makes you a good person is how you deal and cope with it. I always thought I was just weird and bad at being a human before I realized that I'm autistic. Yeah. That seems to be the case with a lot of autistic people. You can't control memory issues, but you can be ridiculed for it, and it's so stupid. Yeah, I cannot believe people get so mad for people at forgetting. Like, forgetting is such a natural and normal thing, and then not to mention that it's something that can happen due to other things. You can forget due to anxiety. You can forget due to a dissociative disorder. You can forget due to a lot of things. And I don't understand. I just don't get it. I just don't get why people are so mean, I just joined the stream and that was so sweet. Which part? The stream is heavily delayed, by the way, so I get chat like really late. Or like, yeah, or no, chat gets my speech really late. Yeah, hi Ender. Yeah, like calling people slur or the R slur is bullying someone for being neurodivergent. It's like, it's so dumb. Why did I come down here? Bruh. I was an unlabeled neurodivergent until my parents at age 15 told me I have high functioning autism. High functioning is no longer a medical label, by the way. The label high functioning is ableist because it implies that some people are more autistic or less autistic, and that is not the case. Autism is just a spectrum, and no one is more or less autistic. There's just a spectrum of symptoms, and you may not experience certain symptoms like other autistic people do. And I'm not calling you like bad for using the label high functioning autism. I'm just explaining that it is an outdated term at this point. Hello. There we go. It's okay. No worries. Yeah, I need things explained to me very slow, very literally, and very directly. And a lot of people don't like that. My parents will give me instructions, and they'll want me to do something outside of those instructions that they feel like should have been implied or I should have known to do. And that's really frustrating for me because I don't know to do those things just on my own. Like, for example, my mom will tell me to unload the dishwasher, right? And what she means is unload and load the dishwasher. So do both parts of loading and unloading the dishes. But I will end up just unloading the dishwasher because she told me to just unload the dishwasher, so my brain will take it as just unload the dishwasher. And then, she may get frustrated at me for not understanding, and then I get frustrated at her for not understanding my needs, and then it just becomes a whole thing, if people were more sympathetic towards each other's misunderstandings, I think there would be a lot less issues, Yeah, the school system as a whole is just a very ableist, classist, everything system. Like, it's ableist, it's classist, and it's racist, and it's probably no, it is misogynistic. But it's just difficult for me to be like, oh, there's nothing wrong with our school system, when that is just so not true, dude. I went to a charter school for up until 7th grade. I did my first year of homeschool in 7th grade, right? And man oh man, that was probably one of like the worst experiences of my life. And like looking back, I got bullied for the symptoms of my neurodivergency, and I definitely didn't register that until recently, which isn't like me venting, it's just the truth of what happened and me trying to contextualize my hatred for the school system. But essentially, I mean, I had a lot of like quote unquote cringe interests, and I would act differently from all the other kids at my school, and just stuff like that. And then I would, get bullied for it, and then the teachers wouldn't do anything, of course. So I was just kind of stuck there as a child and not understanding why the other kids didn't like me. When and then years later, now that I'm 17, I understand that they didn't like me because they were raised to not like people who were different from them. Yeah. Yeah, school not accommodating sensory needs is definitely, or school, it's not even accommodating sensory needs, it's accommodating a child's individual sensory needs, because they could think that quiet is accommodating your sensory needs, when like in my case, I cannot function in quiet. I will go insane. That's why the SATs are so difficult for me, because I feel like I need to have music or I need to have something on in the background for me to focus, right? And sitting in a quiet room for 6 hours is extremely damaging for me. It's just like everything about the school system is so frustrating, dude. It's so rigged. Like the school system as a whole is just so rigged towards quote unquote normal people. It's really frustrating. My brother's school is starting to grade kids based on how much they apply themselves rather than how much they get right, and it feels like such a nice step. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. That's a really cool step. Wow. Yeah, school just blows in general. I feel like if if so many generations hate something, because parents will be like, oh, I hated school, and their grandparents will be like, oh, I hated school. If you have generations upon generations upon generations of people who hate something that is necessary, then you need to change something about that thing. You cannot tell me that something that everyone hates is inherently flawed. If you are having if you are making something necessary to getting a job, having money, just living in our society as a whole, then you have to make it something that people don't almost always get traumatized by. Like my mom has told me horror stories about her school experience, and her mom has told me horror stories about her school experience. It's awful. And it's something that is just like it's just like it's so frustrating because I don't understand why this is something that no one is doing anything about and no one has done anything about for such a long time. It's like, you're having this problem. This is clearly a problem. Why are you not doing anything about it? It's just so frustrating, you know? It's not yeah, exactly. It's not a case of kids not wanting to learn. It's a case of kids being forced to learn in a way that they don't want to learn. If I would have been allowed to learn in the way that I wanted to learn, and the way that in the like trajectory of how I wanted to learn, I think I would have gotten even farther than I would now. And I'm a straight A student. I skipped a grade, and I'm going to college at 17. That's not to brag. That's just saying I feel like I would have been even farther along if it weren't for just the stupid school system. My grades and my mental health skyrocketed when I started being homeschooled because I was allowed to learn in a way that was more specific and individual to me. And it just speaks to the flaws of the school system and how flawed my school was, that they couldn't keep a single student in their school because they all hated it. Like, no one, recently, I was out with my best friend, and you guys all know her, Calga Moose, she's our mod. I was out with her, we were going to Barnes & Nobles. We met up at, we didn't meet up. I drove her to Barnes & Nobles. And we were just hanging out there, and we ran into one of our mutual friends from school, right? And we were talking about it, and they both still go to the high school of the school that we went to. We're going to call it Knights High School. That's not the name of it, for privacy, but we're going to call it Knights School and Knights High School. So we all three went to Knights School, and now they go to the Knights High School, right? And sorry, that scared me so bad. Nuke's Wasteland is me, hi? That scared me so bad. And they were talking about it, and they just talked about how awful it still is, and like, how, and they looked, and I was like, oh no, what happened? And they were like, oh, it's just night school. And then I immediately knew what they were talking about, because I had gone to night school, and known that it's just an awful place, right? And the thing is that the school is, like, not even badly rated. It's considered a generally good school. Like, it's not one of the best, but it's not a bad school. It's not, like, a, really bad school that's dirty, or they have bad teachers. They have really nice teachers. I liked a lot of my teachers there. It was very clean. It was very nice. They had good curriculum. But what the issue was the students. And there was no incidents, there were no, like, threats, there was nothing like that. The students just weren't happy there. And that was the issue. And you're gonna get that in every school. And obviously, school is going to be something that not everyone enjoys. But it's so frustrating to me that every school has this experience of all of the kids hate it there, and you're not doing anything about it. You're not, like, making an effort to make class enjoyable. If you don't make an effort to make your class enjoyable, your students aren't going to want to take part in your class. Like, how are you going to tell me that if you have a boring class, and then all of your kids are getting bad grades in your class, that it's not your fault? That is your fault. Like, if you're not making your class engaging, you're not making your class personalized, you're not making your class, what was the other word I was thinking of? Like, exciting, then why would you expect anyone to want to take your class? It's so frustrating to me. God, I hate the school system. It's just all so frustrating. Because I feel like, how am I, a 17-year-old who can see through all the bullcrap of the school system, and the people who are running the school systems can't do anything about it? Like, hey, maybe fund your teachers a little bit. It's all just so awful. I think eventually I'm going to open up about, like, the bullying, like, the actual bullying I faced at my school, because it was interesting. It was a lot. But it was just such, like, an unmitigated thing where no one was managing it and no one would help me. And I feel like that is such a common problem, and it's really sad. honestly, because I know that a lot of kids who are bullied probably went to someone about it, like I did. I went to someone about it, and that person did absolutely nothing about it. And I was scared to go to my parents about it, so I never did. And they always tell me, why didn't you go to us? We would have done something about it. And, I appreciate that now, but unfortunately, I didn't. And it should have stopped when I went to someone about it. But when I went to someone about it, they did nothing. They took the side of my bully. They sympathized with my bully. And that damaged me. And that is a very common occurrence in the school system, and it shouldn't be. That is such a common and hard-hitting story for so many people. And it's upsetting to me that so many people have gone through this exact same thing, and almost no people of authority see an issue with it, kids are not gonna kids will make stuff up, right? But kids are not going to make everything up. You have to listen to kids. People come from such a place of not wanting to listen to children and listen to the voices of young people that they just completely, brush aside anything that they say. And that is a really, really bad thing. That's a really, really bad thing. Exactly. I did go to someone. Exactly, Ender. Why didn't you go to us? We could have helped is one of the main reasons I do not go to people. I do go to people, but you don't help. Exactly! I went to people, they didn't help, so why should I, at, what was I, 12, expect anyone else to do the same thing? I was 12. I did what I thought I was supposed to do. And by the way, again, a neurodivergent kid doing what they were told to do and it not working solidified something in my brain, right? Because when I hear or see something happen, that is going to be solidified in my brain as the truth, right? So when I went to an adult and they did nothing about the situation that I was in, that solidified in my brain that adults are not going to help me with this, so I have to do it myself. And that's what led me to scream and yell at my bully in the hallway, which, one, did nothing, two, probably made it worse, and it made it more angry at me. So you cannot keep dealing with the kids the way that you are, or you are just going to make it worse. Please do something about the children in your schools. And stop sympathizing with bullies. That's my thing. There's such and that's another thing. There's such a weird culture around sympathizing with bullies. And I need to preface this with a lot of bullies and a lot of, quote unquote troubled teens are that way because of trauma. But trauma is not an excuse to inflict harm on other people. And you cannot say, oh, well, this person had such a bad upbringing, so you can't blame them. You can blame them because, hey, a lot of us had a bad upbringing and we didn't turn out like that. I am very, very sorry that they had to go through that. I would never wish that on anyone, but that is not an excuse for their behavior, and it never will be. Just because someone has a traumatized past, it doesn't mean that they can make other people have traumatized presents. Dude. And I could tell that my bully had a weird home life just by the way that her mother acted around me and around other people and around her. And, I feel for that. I feel bad for her. And I wish that she never would have had to gone through that. But that's still not an excuse for all of the harm that she inflicted on my friends and me, I understand that a lot of bullies are the way that they are because of the trauma that they're facing, and that is sad, and that is bad, but it doesn't give them an excuse to, put that on other people. Your trauma is never an excuse for bad behavior. I'm sorry, but it's not. A lot of people want to use their trauma as an excuse for bad behavior. It can be used as an explanation, but it is never an excuse. I'm sorry. In the past, I've displayed a lot of bad behaviors due to my trauma in traumatizing situations, and it is an excuse, but it's not, no, sorry, it is an explanation, but it is not an excuse. It's just, ugh. Yeah, exactly. Like finally telling someone about someone and them going, "Well, why didn't you tell us?" is like one of the worst experiences because I didn't, and we're here. Yeah, I didn't, and we're here. You're not going to do anything by saying that now. Like the time is gone. Dude, the stream got to my brain on weird mode. I feel like I'm in front of myself. You're dissociating. Please take a break, drink some water, and do something to ground yourself. I hope you're okay, but if this stream is causing you to dissociate, please turn it off and turn on something that may help you ground. Get some water, take a few deep breaths, and try and feel better. Because I do not want anyone to go into a bad place because of the subjects that we are talking about on the stream. It's the worst phrase ever because it's like, I don't tell you now because when I did in the past, nothing was done. Exactly. Yeah, I'm. I'm glad that I attract similar people to me. Like, a lot of the people in my chat are always so, similar to me, and I find that very interesting. I don't know where the phrase opposite attracts come from. No, similar people attract, and proof is the 14 people in my chat being the exact same person as me. How can I help you work through your emotions from this experience is a much better response. Exactly. Thank you, Paris. It's like, ugh. Sorry, I dropped a ball and then my brain went with it. Come here. My rubber ball. No. Gonna peace out for a while. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine as soon as I close it. I hope you have a nice night, placeholder. Have a nice night. Can I please just say that you've made my week? I've never been noticed in a stream, and I adore you and your channel. You are so understanding and relatable. Oh, I'm glad, Loaf. I'm glad that you have a safe little place. I want my streams to be a safe little place. Unless you are a weirdo or being weird in my chat, then it is not a safe place for you. Good night, placeholder. Oh my god, it's 10 o'clock. I started this stream at 8:30. I need to go to bed soon. I need to go to bed soon. There's so much caffeine in my system. I need to take a rest. It is extremely hot in my room. I have just realized. I didn't realize how much I was sweating. So I may also say goodnight to chat, I think. I think it's time for me to pack up, because before I get super duper tired, I want to have a little bit of a night to myself, because it's been a stressful week. And I deserve a break. So I'm going to take a break. So yeah, that's it for the stream. Thanks to everyone who came. I'm glad that so many of you had a nice night with the stream. This was a very fun stream for me. So I hope you all have a nice night. Take care of yourselves. Take your meds. Drink your water. Obamna. Soda. And I hope you all have a great night. Take care of yourselves. You're valid. Only you know your experience. Just remember, only you know your experiences, and no one can know your experiences better than you. Take that with you. Alright, good night. Have a great night. I love you all. Bye-bye.